Sorry it's been a while since I posted a video, but I have been busy, believe it or not, just not working out here. I'm mostly not working out here. I did put rain gutters up here, which worked out really well. Down at my shed, by the way, which I'm super pleased with. And you can see I even set up a rain barrel, a supersized rain barrel, which holds about 250 gallons of water for me. Not really running water, but convenient. Got a pool in our backyard at home that I've been rebuilding slowly, resurfacing the inside. I got to order the liner to get dropped into that. That's going to be a challenge. Yeah, so that's taken up most of my time. I have been replacing the basement floor, which was damaged due to water damage. So that took up a week and $1,000. Ouch. Now, I have been out here several times to cut the grass, so as you'll see shortly, it needs to be cut again. Never enough times to do that. I'll pause you guys for a minute. Okay, so we're back out to that corner of the property where the property line is, what have you. And I've got some maple trees that I planted. We've got that one over there. This one over here we actually paid for. They're like $40. I was happy with that, $40 for a 4-foot tree. And he looks pretty good. So does this one. Yeah. And in between them, I got planted these itsy bitsy little maple trees that were growing wild on our lot at home, mostly in the mulch, so they were easy to dig up with the roots. And the good thing is that they all have new leaves on them, which is good. It's going to take them a while to grow up, but I have every confidence that they will. I was just out today and I spread Roundup all around it. Create the zone of death, as my son puts it. But yeah, that makes it easier to come by with a lawnmower. You don't have to get real close and you don't have to trim it. So yeah, I put a zone of death around most of my trees. This here's an apple tree that's looking kind of puny. I'm not quite sure what's up with it. He's still green. It looks like he's making new buds. I'm not ready to give up on him yet, but ain't making the pie crust. That was a joke, sorry. So here's a peach tree that is making new buds all over it and is looking really good. We'll see if I get peaches. Got them caged up so they don't escape. No, too many deers around here, really. And I love all the trees that I've planted already. Because, yeah, look at that. That's going to be so cool when they get tall. I mean, they're getting tall now. Alright, so what have I been spending my time on? Mostly waiting. Lots of waiting. Waiting for people to get back in touch with me. Been contacting the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning people in the area. I've contacted 12 of them to do my my geothermal here, or ground source heat pumps more correctly. I got 2, after 12 inquiries, I got 2 quotes. One of them was for $70,000. Ouch. Now, admittedly, he was a rather ambitious quote. He's got me scheduled for 2 heat pumps because I want to do domestic hot water and I want to do forced air heating and cooling. and the radiant heat in the floors. But $70,000, that's tough. He wants to drill. They all want to drill. Nobody wants to do horizontal loops. She's driving me crazy. Contacted another company, and he gave me a quote for 36, but his was only for one heat pump. Now, in fairness, both of these companies have included doing the duct work and all that fun stuff, which is not insignificant work. But, yeah. The other thing is I told both of these guys that I don't want to drill. There's a vulture flying overhead. Anyhow, that I don't want to drill, that I want to do horizontal loops with slinky because they take up less space. Yeah, I got the space to use, but I don't want to trench all the way back and all the way front. And they looked at me like I was crazy, which is not terribly surprising. Carrie thinks I'm crazy. That's okay. That's given. But yeah, so I went and made some slinkies. I'll show you how I do that. Okay, before I go on, let's take a look at this rig. Because basically what this is a wooden trailer that I built back in the days before I had my RK tractor. It's for the lawnmower deal. Kind of about as big as I can put behind one of them and safely maneuver it. Then I have this table here. And this table was built, probably 15 years ago to support a train set that I bought for my son for Christmas. He never really was enthralled by railroads like I was when I was a kid. So it kind of sat in the basement. And I brought it out here to be reused as scaffolding. And under the guise of, let's not build something twice, I put it to use here. Now, we have a piece of OSB, and the deal behind this is we got these circles here, and that will be where the coils go. Just peel off the first 50 feet of this and leave it straight, because that'll be the part that goes into the house. Put it on the table, and you tie it together. The advantage of being a little high, maybe too high, we'll find out. But that way I don't have to bend over when I'm tying it together. Okay, so I've got this sped up significantly, otherwise it gets terribly boring. Just take the loops off of the coil and set them on the table. I put some blocks in there to help line up the loops with the lines that I had made. And every place that it crisscrosses, we just put a zip tie and pick it up and move along. Looks pretty easy with this video, but it was incredibly warm, and it was a good thing I had my son out there helping me. These are 800-foot tubes that I bought at Menards. They are for geothermal. It says so right here on the label, which I'm not certain you can see. Yeah, maybe. 800 foot. Menards sold it to me for just a little less than 50 cents a foot. There's a fairly well-known in the geothermal community supply house in Cave City, Kentucky. They would sell it to me for about 41 cents a foot, but as Menards is local, I chose to go with them. And I get the rebates too. Oh boy. So yeah, took them home. I've got 6 slinkies made out. They're spread out across the property. The rule of thumb that I've read most often on the internet is for every ton you need 600 feet. Now these are 800 feet tubes, so I've exceeded that rule of thumb by a bit. Not a whole lot, because at least 50, if not more, of that feed's going to be involved in getting into the house. And yeah, so I went on the internet and I looked around. I found this company in western Kentucky who's willing to sell me a 3-ton water to air, meaning forced cooling heat pump for about $5,000. They didn't have a 2-ton, but they will sell me a 3-ton water to water heat pump, which I can use for domestic hot water and radiant heat. And thus I have 6 tubes here. That heat pump is also about $5,000. Went to Menards because they have pretty much everything. You may have to order it like I had to order these. But yeah, I can order all the piping, the tubing I need to do the air distribution in the house, including the boots for the vents, which you go up through the floor, through the ceiling. At Home Depot, they've got a rather large water heater. It's designed for a solar water system, but will work perfectly for my system because the heat pump won't generate instant hot water. You generate the hot water, you need to store it someplace, and this will store 120 gallons. And with everything added up, I figure it cost me $21,000. Which is, that gives me my 2 heat pumps for $50,000 less than the one company who wanted $70,000 for 2 heat pumps, and $15,000 less than the other company who was only going to give me 1 heat pump. Downside is I got to do all the work myself. But yeah, for $15,000, I'll spend an extra 2 weeks on this project doing the heating and air conditioning tubing. It'll be a learning experience, but that's what this is all about. Needless to say, my wife is a little hesitant about that, but she's finally acquiesced to me doing that. Well, I'm standing out here. This is where our house is going to be. I think I may have pointed this out before. Who knows? This is going to be our 3-season room, which has a really nice view looking out over the hillsides. That rusty roof there is a barn. It shows up really nice in the fall, winter, not so much with all the leaves on the trees. What I love about this is storms come through and you can see them from like miles out. I'll post a couple of pictures, or add a couple of pictures that I took the other day when I was out here. There's a big black storm front that I looked up, and there it was, from one horizon to the other. Then looked up 10 minutes later, and it was way over there. It was really pretty cool. Yeah, I can't wait to relive out here when you can see the storms coming in from 50 miles away. That'd be really neat. Good news is I didn't get rained on that day. Bad news is they say it's supposed to rain Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week, which is going to be a problem, but is what it is. So, yeah. The other thing I was doing is trying to come up with a contractor to dig my hole, because you can't put a house in without a hole. Got a couple of different prices on that. One company, he said $4,000 for the foundation, but he couldn't get to me for 3 months. He did quote me a price for $17,000 for the septic system. I may get back to him on that because I don't need the septic system right away. Another company said $5,000 for the foundation, but he wanted another $7,000 to dig the trenches for my heat pumps. The company I went with or decided to go with, gave me a quote of not to exceed $10,000 for both the foundation and the tubes. Yeah, I think that's the best price all around. He actually, just a short time ago, brought his bulldozer over, which is kind of cool. Just parked it in my driveway. Yes, that will be the driveway. Yep, there it is. He would finish it on another job locally. Doesn't think he's going to need it before he gets to working with me. I said, yeah, that's fine with me. I don't care. So, yeah. So that's parked here sitting, waiting. Birds are using it as a perch. But yeah, I like it. So that's telling me he means business and will be here, which is good. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, he's going to come out. He says he's got a 60,000-pound excavator with a 3-foot or a 4-foot bucket. Says he can probably do the whole job in 2 days. And he's not going to charge me any more than $10 regardless of how long it takes. $10,000. And, yeah, so we'll go with that. We'll get my 4-foot trenches. He knows I want them 10 feet deep. And, yeah, we'll do it. Now, yeah. Got a large pile of brush here. It's a combination of cleaning up this lot and cleaning up our lot at home. Needs to be burnt. I haven't wanted to burn it yet because the grass is really pretty dry and I don't really want to cause a forest fire. But it's supposed to rain the next couple of days. We did get some rain last night. It's supposed to rain tonight and tomorrow. Hopefully I can come out here Wednesday or Thursday. And yeah, just ignite it. It should go pretty good because it's all been sitting out here drying out. It'll be fun. I like big bonfires. So yeah, I forgot to mention the beard. I just got tired of shaving. I let it go for a week and then I'd shave it off, and then I'd let it go for a week again and then I shaved it off. I finally just said screw it, just let it go and let it go and let it go. I told my wife I was going to go full Letterman on her. I don't know about that. It's kind of driving me up a wall. I find it very itchy. We'll see what happens. I may go ahead and shave it off again. I may not. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, she may not let me. But that's okay. All right. And, yeah, I am super excited to get started on this. Super excited. How about, yeah, that's really all I got for now. Thanks for watching. I hope I didn't bore you too silly with all my chit-chat. And, yeah, we'll see you next time.